We've just taken a bumpy and choppy and windy boat ride out to Loch Leven Castle, which is on an island in the middle of Loch Leven, which is fun. Had a great boat ride with a bunch of old Germans who were telling stories and tales along the way, which is fun. And now we're on the island to see the castle.
For the first time in my life, I got slightly seasick because we were like this. There's hardly any wind today. Imagine what it would be like if there was wind. But it was fun, and we have 45 minutes on this fly-ridden island, and then we shall return.
This is a fraction of the number of flies in the air right now. There's a friggin' midge in my ear. They're all flying up off you, all over my hands. Lord of the flies. That's what's about to go to... I just got one in my ear.
Oh, my nose!
My anti-fly defence.
Loch Leven Castle, where Mary Queen of Scots was imprisoned. Belonged to the Douglas family, apparently. There's about a bazillion midges. But the sun is shining, so we're going to go and explore another castle.
There's another narrow staircase. You can't. There's always the narrow staircases. Yeah, come on. Oh, come on. Let's go. Well, I've seen worse prisons. So many flies. We are now in the middle of some woods. We're going to try and pitch our tent and try a bit of camping. We need to try out our camping gear to make sure we've got everything that we need before we head off to Skye, hopefully towards the end of the month.
Man build fire?
Man build fire.
Man build fire.
Now man build fire. First I have to hang my coat up.
Okay. This is Trackwar House in Peeblesshire, and we've come here to see the biggest maze in Scotland and the oldest inhabited house in, I think, Scotland.
Let's have a look at the map.
Very desert.
We'll go down there. Oh. Let's go in the cottage. Oh look, Snake's come with us.
My new lover, sweet and kind, the kind of lover that one rarely finds, and I'm happy for the first time in a long time. Came along and opened up a door, and though I know I've been in love before, oh, I feel it so much more than the last time. And she only looks like you in a certain kind of light, when she holds her head just right. It's been winter for a while.
Looks like we can go in.
The north wind's wail cut like a baby child. It was hard.
I like Elliebank Castle. It's kind of creepy. There's like this tunnely bit down there, and you can't really go in it. But look at the view.
but it did.
It's a beautiful view.
Look at the view.
Now it is. The green,
Oh,
green
really?
grass has come up green and it's feeling just.
We are at Ravenscraig Castle. It's an historic Scotland place. It's in this lovely park. You can't see it because it's currently pouring with rain, thunder and lightning. So we're having a car picnic. Woo.
And it's May!
What else can you do?
I am angry that I'm sitting in the car because it is raining and it is May. It should be sunny. But no. It's like Mordor outside.
It actually is.
Yeah?
And anymore would stretch the rhyme. So let me leave this where I started. I'm just happy for the first time in a long time. In a long time.
It's probably the first sunny day in May that we've had. Well, relatively sunny, as it's been a very, very wet month. Disappointingly wet. However, we are out today at Stirling Castle.
It's really exciting. I've never been here.
No, neither of us have been here before, but Stirling's a really beautiful old historic city. Over here is the view from the castle, which actually goes all the way around.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks.
This is the site of where a chap called John Damien dressed up as a chicken, declaring that he would fly to France. He probably threw himself over the edge. This is in 1507, apparently. Who became famous for being an utter fool. He survived and went on to try many other experiments. I think throwing himself off a cliff, dressed as a bird, was not his most successful. One of the big differences between this place and a lot of other places that we've seen is that this place has a real sense of life to it. A sense of place and a sense of people and busyness, which is far less of a ruin and more of an actual living, breathing castle.
It's around the same time as Lindisco Palace, but Lindisco Palace is complete ruin, whereas they've redone this one to make it feel like it would have been. It's a very different experience. The sign was saying in the Great Hall that they built a ship in the middle of the hall and served all of the fish off of the ship. That's like the coolest idea ever. Let's have a party and build a ship and serve fish from it.
It's great, actually. It's a lot of fun. It really captures the imagination. One of the great things I've discovered about Stirling Castle, on the one hand you've got these great halls that have been rebuilt like they would have been back in their day, which give you a real sense of the life that went on, the buzz of people that would have been cooking and running backwards and forwards and stable hands and all that, which is really great, really captures imagination and makes you feel like the place is really alive. The flip side of that is the military history, where you've got the Royal Highland Regiment Museum and all of the soldiers that have been through this place for recruitment and training and everything else. And that kind of puts it into contrast with the, the wars that have been fought on behalf of this nation. This is the honour roll of soldiers that died in the First World War. Pages and pages and pages of people just from this regiment. Yeah, it's quite interesting, the two kind of in parallel, and how from one hall you feel really excited about how there's all this reenactment and people in uniforms and uniforms of the day, and then in the next room you kind of got the honour roll of all the people that have died in the First World War. It's really quite sobering actually. In front of me, and this is so much fun. We're on our way to Skye, which is
we are.
It's about what, 200 miles odd, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit less maybe.
And we obviously seen castles along the way, so we've already seen 2 as we've driven past them, and we're stopping for a break now at Bracklin Falls. In the small, well, near the small town of Callander.
It's a really nice town too.
Yeah, so we're going to stretch our legs, see apparently a pretty waterfall, and then we'll hop back in the car and beetle off to see some more castles on the way to Bethany. That is beautiful. You might notice this is actually a new car. Because our little Cooper Trooper, our Renault Clio, died.
Nearly.
Well, nearly died. It's been purchased by somebody and been replaced with this is Ewan, our new car, which is actually making the drive to Skye so much easier. So we're quite pleased about it. Stunning.
Look how the sun creeps through. See how nice that is.
It's people.
We are at Inverlochy Castle, and it's just started to rain, so we're under this tree for shelter. It's a proper fortified castle.
You made it in your mind. You made it in your mind. Descend to the kitchen, to the coffee you'd kill for. It's not a telltale heart, it's your telltale brain.
Eileen Donnan Castle. We've driven all the way up here, and it is quite a sight to see, I have to say. It is one of the most iconic of Scottish castles, sat out on the loch.
It is great, it's fantastic.
Disappointingly though, that castle is only 70 years old, because it was destroyed back in 1650s, and then it was destroyed again in the 1700s, and it was just a pile of ruins, but someone in the 1930s actually picked it up and built it up again. Now it's become a tourist attraction, so
Good for them.
you wouldn't know it actually, that it's a relatively new castle.
It's got turrets and windows and fun things.
It all looks very normal and very real, like all the other castles we've seen, but it is in fact fake castle. So there you go, Eilean Donan, one of the famous of Scottish castles, is fake. I'm a bit sad really, I'm a bit sad that I know that. Intrepid explorer Beth.
How exciting!
To exploring castles on Skye. First morning on Skye. We're off to explore those hills later today.
Every early morning, just to wake up and put coffee on the stove. The morning secret code. And every early morning, when the night is always crueler than the day, I watch the sea turn from gold into every line of light.
Fairy pools near Glen Brittle on Skye are quite a sight to behold. It's a beautiful series of pools and waterfalls, you know, kind of gushing and tumbling and swirling like these great kind of cauldrons of water. It's just really, really nice place. Unfortunately, it's just quite a lot of people. Oh, there's people everywhere. There's people everywhere. People! More people! Clearly this is just a lovely spot that everybody wants to come to. So you don't have the peace and tranquility that you do in other places. There's just tourists everywhere. There's a whole coachload of people just turned up, not long after we arrived. A little bit disappointing.
I become the only line that could ever reach you, and every early evening.
A present for my husband.
Amazing.
I'm a good wife. I buy him whiskey.
Yes, my wife buys me whiskey. Whiskey, this is a good thing. Just been on a tour through the Talisker distillery to see how they make Talisker whiskey.
And it was awesome.
Which tastes a bit like smoking a cigar made of a bonfire.
When I first tried a smoky whiskey, I was like, that is just vile. And then today, it wasn't actually too bad. So maybe I'm maturing in my senses.
You're maturing like a good whiskey.
Yes,
and you're smoky because you've been by the bonfire, so there you go.
Yes.
You're getting
maybe
there.
It's because I'm with my kindred spirit and
Yeah.
smokiness.
Until it becomes the sea, until the North Sea's waves, they come to cover me.
Yeah, sadly we've not really had long enough to really explore all that Skye has to offer. We've driven around almost every single road that the island has, but to really see it you need to get up into the mountains on foot. Some of the mountains that they have on this island just phenomenally, just awesome things to look at. You know, these kind of great granite giants guarding the heart of the island. They're just begging to be explored really. But sadly we're not exploring the mountains of Scotland this year. We're doing the castles of Scotland, and we have actually seen all of the castles on the island. We've pitched camp here. There they are. We've pitched camp in the woods just behind us, and we're sitting on the beach here. And just over there in this quiet little pool, a mummy seal and a baby seal.
I'm just beside myself with glee, because one of the most enjoyable things for me is being by the beach, which I am. And another one of the most enjoyable things for me is to watch something really, really cute. And it doesn't get much cuter than a baby seal. And a baby seal doing what the baby seal's meant to do in the wild. In the wild is just amazing. We have arrived arrived at the end of our camp and it's pretty soggy, so we're going to get the tent down, get in the car, go somewhere else for breakfast. We're not going to have breakfast.
I think it's important when we're going on a long journey, such as we've been doing, to make a concerted effort to just stop if you see somewhere really nice. Especially when you're driving somewhere like this, because it's such an ancient place. The woods are ancient. The rocks and the mountains are these kind of ancient monuments that have just always been here. And they're beautiful, and we kind of hop in our cars and whiz through, you know, getting on with our lives, rushing past it like dust on the wind. And these places are always here. They're always ready to be enjoyed. It's worth taking the time to just stop and enjoy them sometimes, even if it is just for a few minutes. Absolutely gorgeous.